you doing?
Good. Guys hanging in there? Hanging in there?
Yeah, we're staying pretty busy actually. We got two new fermenters and a bright tank actually. So we're
No kidding.
we're on our asses off.
That's good.
Because that probably looks
Awesome.
sweaty and disheveled. We just had a brew day and we're just finished kind of cleaning it up.
Man, that is awesome. Well, good way to start. Welcome to the Midwest Brew Review, everybody. As everyone kind of knows us three here, and Eric has been on the show before. Eric Bramwell, the head brewer at Riverlands in St. Charles. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
The main reason, the big draw out that we were getting you in here was because of this big boy here, Campfire Tales.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
We all snagged some of. Billy was nice enough to grab a few and bring them and drop them off to each of us.
Well, good. I have a little bit of one of those left right here. As a matter of fact.
Nice.
Yeah, so this was one of 4 Imperial Stouts we had a year ago at our grand opening. And at the time, we knew we wanted to do first catch of the day, our breakfast stout, coffee, maple, vanilla, Imperial Stout. And we knew we wanted to have a little bit more variety. We have 16 taps. So what we did was we took the base of that stout and kind of filled up a couple kegs and then flavored them right in the kegs. So for the first batch of Campfire Tales, we used a little bit of graham extract. We used some vanilla extract. We used cocoa nibs. We had it on for an opening beer, but we knew when we did a full release for it, we wanted to do it. I hate to say like do it right, but that's kind of essentially what we did.
Right.
So for a 10-barrel batch in the whirlpool in our kettle, we ended up putting 40 pounds of marshmallows in it. And then we filled some bourbon barrels, 3 bourbon barrels. So by the time we were done with the bourbon barrels, we had about 4 barrels of usable beer after that. So then to that, the beer that we had left, about 500 bombers worth, we added 32 pounds of graham crackers.
Wow.
And 25 pounds of cocoa nibs from Ghana, which the Ghana cocoa nibs have this awesome milk chocolate character to them.
You can tell right away.
Yeah, it's like biting into a Hershey's bar. It's all right.
Absolutely.
And then a little bit of vanilla in there just to kind of round things out. The vanilla kind of helped boost up both the marshmallow and the graham element to it. But we were really, really happy with this beer. And to be honest, it was probably, in my opinion, the best base stout that we've brewed so far before we even put any adjuncts in it. We were really, really happy with how just the base beer turned out. It was super chocolate forward. It had the vanilla or the marshmallows in there already. But if you took that out of the equation, just the chocolate that was coming through just from the malts that we used was killer. So we were really happy with this beer.
Nice.
We may have asked you in the grand opening, but how long is your boil on this beer? I mean, this thing's drinking kind of thick.
3 hours. We do a 3 hour. We've absolutely maxed our kettle out for these, or our mash tun out for these beers. It gets a little dicey there at the end. That last bag of rain's going in, whether it's going to fit or not. But we boil for 3 hours to help concentrate things down. We put a few different sugars in there too, just to help the yeast along and things like that. So it's a really, really thick, viscous boil. By the time it's done, it looks pretty sludgy. It's not pretty going to the tank, but it looks nice coming out.
Nice.
Billy,
Good.
what's your first kind of take on it?
The aroma is killer. It's definitely chocolate and vanilla marshmallow up front, and I love that you actually got graham flavor in there. That's a tough one to.
Yeah.
That whenever we've had more stouts all over the place. Like Pipeworks has been doing it forever, and everyone else has been jumping on. But this is nice that you got the actual graham, kind of that crackery little. It almost got a little cinnamon crackery kind of thing going on in there, which is really awesome. But overall, it's just a big, rich stout.
I know the Illinois Craft Brewers Guild is really kind of trying to pump out as many ideas as they can to try and keep craft beer in the front of everybody's mind. Doing a passport from home right now. What do you know about that? I know it started today. And we're trying to get this video out tomorrow so that everyone can hear about it. But so what kind of information do you have on that?
So first off, thanks to the Guild. They have done an excellent job behind the scenes, really kind of keeping all of us brewers up to date with everything that the governor kind of has been putting out, if there's any questions or anything like that as far as how we're allowed to operate. And there's a lot of uncharted territory here that we've been all kind of trying to navigate as far as to-go sales and, even delivering to people's doors and stuff like that, that's never been allowed before. So the Guild's done an awesome job, both fighting for our ability to get beer into people's hands as well as just keeping us all informed. But yeah, they've done a great job trying to keep, Illinois Craft Beer Week and things like that relevant to people. And part of that is the passport program. So to my understanding, and forgive me if I have any of this incorrect, unfortunately I don't have Jeremy here. He's kind of the one who knows a little bit more about it than I do. But as far as I understand it is if you decide to participate in the program, you buy beer to go from us or any other participating passport brewery. And with your to-go order, they give you a passport like picture frame thing that you then can take a picture with your beer purchase kind of like through the frame. And then you post it with a hashtag, and forgive me, the hashtag escapes me at the moment exactly what it is, but it's on the Craft Brewers Guild website.
We'll throw it down.
Yeah, we'll throw it down.
All right, thanks for picking me up on
Insert
that.
here.
There we go.
Yeah, it's going across.
But
That
then
just made Matt's editing job a nightmare.
when you post it with the hashtag, it enters you into I believe it's a weekly drawing.
Yeah.
For different prizes and things like that. You can select merchandise from your favorite brewery that's participating in the program, and it goes all through the month.
I think I saw a $25 gift card to a brewery of your choice.
Yeah,
Like that. Yeah.
It's either
Nice.
a gift card or merch, or I think you could kind of work with the brewery and figure out what it is that you want. But yeah, I know it was up to a $25 value, and like I said, it runs all through the month of May.
We tried all your stouts from day one. I mean, I think we were there prior to the grand opening, and you had us try everything. And boy, were we blown away. We were blown away. And now I remember you telling us, you started brewing in what, 2012?
Yeah, home brewing. Yeah, I think it was 2012. Yep.
I remember you saying like some of the more popular brewers locally kind of helped you out a little bit to start off, or
Sure. So it was Sean Burns primarily. Well, him and John Monaco at Moore, when Sean was at Moore, him and John was his assistant brewer at the time. Those guys were really, really generous to me. And, I didn't know Sean that well and didn't know John at all. And they just kind of let me come in and essentially job shadow with them, here and there over the course of like a year and a half or so. I would come in for a few days here, a few days there. And when I kind of quit my day job, and we had committed to doing this full time, I spent about 3 months there, essentially every day, job shadowing and taking notes and all that, and kind of just talking recipes with Sean and stuff like that. And he was very helpful without feeding it to me too much, like, here's what you do. It was more like, okay, so I do this for this reason, but, he kind of gave me a good jumping off point to figure things out on my own. And I'm grateful for that, because the first time you kind of hit a recipe exactly how it is in your head, and it comes out of the fermenter that way, it's a pretty cool feeling for sure.
Yeah, I was thinking about that this morning. It's almost kind of compares to like NFL coaching trees that everyone makes a big deal about. But I feel like you can almost look at all these breweries now and just kind of see where, like, a lot of people learn from Sean. Sean sounds like he's kind of tutored a lot of people in the arts,
For sure. Well, it's just I think that's a testament to how generous he is. He's a very down to earth, cool guy. I think it's also a testament to just craft beer in general. I think the kind of like the sea rising raises all ships kind of thing, or however that phrase goes. If everyone's brewing better beer, then it's better for craft beer in general, because no craft brewer wants anyone's first experience with craft beer to be subpar, and then they think, well, God, if that's not that good, then why am I going to waste my time to go in all these other breweries or anything like that? The better everyone's beer is, the better the industry is.
Yeah, Eric, and look at you now, first anniversary, right? It kind of went a little under the radar because you guys snuck that in like right before all the mandated shutdowns, right?
We had it on Saturday, the 14th or 15th or something of March, and then I think that Monday or Tuesday, the shutdown
Right.
kind of happened. I have to give all the credit in the world to our taproom manager, Jeremy Teal, and our taproom staff, who some are right over there. I'm at the brewery, and they're taking care of stuff right now behind the bar. They have been amazing. Jeremy getting the word out, as he always does, how he's done since before we even opened on Facebook. Jeremy is a great social media guy, and make sure everyone is on top of all the goings on that we have as far as releases and how to get our beer. They did a great job with our website to make everything super easy and streamlined as far as ordering goes, and our taproom staff has been absolutely knocking it out of the park as far as filling crowlers and getting cans to people.
I know, Billy, you were talking about the growing scene out in Eric's neck of the woods.
So the area, has become way more saturated since you guys first started. I think D&G and you were around the same time, and Pollyanna and Penrose has been there for a while, and now you have Alter with another location coming out there. And how are you navigating new players in your area?
So in all honesty, it's something we get that question a lot, both from like customers, friends, family, and everything like that. And everyone has a similar mindset of, these people are competitors and things like that. And, this is going to affect your business. And, I've had family members call me like, oh, aren't you pissed off? Pollyanna just opened up. And honestly, no, we haven't seen a dip in any of our business. Pollyanna was open pretty much all summer long, or at least close to all summer long. And we found like we would talk to our customers and stuff, and people were like, oh yeah, we're getting a couple beers here, and then we're going to head over there, and we might hit D&G on the way and stuff like that. And the cool thing is, I feel like a lot of people look for towns that are like destinations for breweries, and they don't want to just hit one, especially if you're going to drive, say, an hour from the city, because you really, really want something we put out or Pollyanna put out or something like that. You might not make that hour-long drive for one beer, but if you're going to make a day of it, hit us, hit D&G, hit whoever else. It turns out to be a boost for everybody. Everyone's super tight in this industry, man. It's been really cool, and as kind of a newcomer to it, I've really enjoyed that aspect of it too. And none of it
it's
ever
amazing
feels
how much you hear that across the board.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think we've heard that from anyone any differently that we've talked.
Yeah, and exactly. Yeah, it's just because I think it's just the kind of people that this industry draws. Everyone. There's very few jerks I've met in craft beer, to be honest. It's everyone's pretty awesome.
Right. Yeah. And speaking of camaraderie, a year ago we were talking to you at Bug, dude. I missed that festival, dude.
Bug.
Oh no.
I'm super bummed.
Yeah, we were really looking forward to that. That and the first time ever they were going to do a collaboration festival too, and we were all set to do a collab with throw a shout out to a very very good group of people who were close friends with the Sohop Brewing up in Huntley. We were going to do a beer with them, and we still are. I won't spoil the details of that, but we were going to try and do it for that collaboration fest, and unfortunately it's been put on hold. But yeah, the whole Craft Beer Week festival scene around here, we'll miss it a lot.
Our good friend and MBR team member Mike Cubes, who also runs his own YouTube channel called Pilots Watching Pilots. There's a plug for them. He played a little research assistant for us this week, and did a deep dive on some social media for you. And he mentioned Oktoberfest. You went to Munich in 2012.
Oh no! He saw pictures from that. He saw a very toasted Eric. I consider myself a pretty good drinker, a responsible drinker and all that. But that place is Disneyland for beer. And the first day we were there was the first day of the fest. And by about 5 o'clock, I was certifiably insane, probably. Drinking liters of Spot and Oktoberfest at a time. So it was a fun trip, that's for sure.
So did that influence you a lot within your trip? Did that influence you a lot within your own craft brewing?
Yeah, absolutely. Lagers, as a matter of fact, let me throw a plug for today's Yellow Kayak, our German style Pilsner. This is the second time we've canned it, but I feel like this probably the fifth time we've brewed it. I feel like this time is the first time I've been like, that's 100% dialed in where I want it. German beer was one of the things that got me into, something that wasn't Rolling Rock, well-made German Pilsner lager and Oktoberfest and things like that. So getting to go to Munich was a big part of my beer journey for sure.
And then, all right. And then there was another one. He kept going. Well, first of all, he also did find your first, you had a status on Facebook, which I'll float up here. And it said, I'm brewing. This is my first night brewing, my first batch of beer. So I'll throw that up there. But that was pretty cool. And then
it didn't turn out well. I'll say that.
What happened?
I was a Mr. Beer kit. And
we were there too. We were there too for sure.
Yeah, well, it's a great entry into the hobby.
Sure.
They don't really tell you anything about that. They don't tell you like ferment it not in the sun on your 80-degree countertop. It's not going to turn out well.
Just throw it in.
Right. Yeah. They don't give you the
work out.
minor details like fermentation, temperature control, or anything like that.
Yeah.
All right, and then so he kept going. Can you please elaborate on the shakedown?
Oh, shit. That was my college band, man.
All right.
I still have some recordings from that, which will hopefully never see the light of day.
Oh my God!
I was the rhythm guitarist and lead singer, and I don't do
insert recordings here
really well.
Yeah, you're lucky we don't have the recordings. They would be all over.
We'll find them. We'll find.
Well, we remembered that when we came to visit you, you actually named all of your tanks after musicians.
Yeah.
So we had to bring it up,
Yeah. And that has continued. Our two new fermenters just got Cornell and Hendricks.
Oh,
very cool.
Perfect. Right?
Yeah, we'll add one more question, Eric. Can you just tell if everyone out there, tell everyone what you have for projects and beers coming up on the horizon? What can we look forward to for Riverlands?
Yeah, absolutely. So kind of as I had said before, we I think starting tomorrow it's available for pickup. We have our German Pilsner Yellow Kayak, and we're bringing Cosmic Secret back. That was one of the stronger double IPAs we do. It's Galaxy and Vic Secret, two of the hops that we like. Kind of chugging away in the fermenter right now is a couple beers that I'm actually really excited about. We've got a West Coast double IPA. We don't do a ton of those, and that's something that I want to make a point of getting, going more often is really like dry, bitter, drinkable, IPAs that made everyone like IPAs.
Yeah.
We're going to do more of those, and we've got our first official double dry hop beer in the tank right now. Most of our hazy IPAs probably could be considered double dry hopped anyway, but this beer has literally twice the amount of dry hops that we normally do. So it's double dry hop Murkier Waters.
Yeah, nice.
So it's Murkier Waters IPA,
Nice.
bumps the ABV up a little bit, literally doubles the dry hop, and it's all Citra Mosaic like Murky Waters is. So we're really excited for that one.
Sounds like the hot ticket, and you heard it here first.
Yeah,
That's true.
Right?
It is breaking news right there.
Yep.
And then we got a favorite of ours that we brewed a couple times coming back called Doodle Face. And that one is an ode to my dog, Lola.
All right, so that's about it. Eric, thank you so much for sticking around with us, taking some time out to talk about this delicious beer. We touched on that. We touched on all your other delicious beers. I was a huge fan when we visited first, all of those stouts, and this is just adding to it. So thanks again. We really appreciate it. Good luck moving forward. Brian?
Remember, it's just beer.
But it's pretty damn good.
Cheers. Thanks,
Cheers.
Eric.